What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? How you guys doing? Come on in, come on in, come on in. How you guys doing today? This is Tim. My name is Tim with Tim's On Demand. Oh my, got a show for you today that's gonna be uplifting. But come on in, guys. Come on in. Have a seat right there. Come on in. Come on in. All right. Go ahead and sit on down. Let's talk for a minute, okay? Now, today's show, what is today's show about? Well, it's about something that's uplifting to you. That's right. In our crisis and time of day, we need everyday uplifting. And today's subject is very, very simple, guys. I want you, whatever it takes, whatever you need to do, I want you on a daily basis to remember one thing and one thing only. Appreciate what you have. That's right, appreciate what you have, because let me tell you guys something, okay? We strive to do better every day, which is nothing wrong with that, right? Got my jacket and my V-neck going on today, looking kind of cute. Got my hair going, got the waves and curls the way I want it. Put a little water in there, and that's all right, and a little lotion. That's all I use, guys, right? But what we talking about today? Basically, I want to chime on what it is to be better every day and appreciate yourself every day. Because here's the thing. We strive to do better every day. We buy this house that we want. We buy this car that we want. We maintain this lifestyle that we want to live. We maintain and try to keep a family every day, right? Keep afloat, keep up with the Joneses, whatever you want to call it. But the main thing that we as people do not appreciate is the value of what we have already, because we're trying so hard to keep up with the Joneses. Let me tell you something. In the end, guys, okay, and I want you guys to listen to me very, very, very carefully, okay? In the end, it's all about the basic stuff. And that's what I try to tell my kids on a daily basis. All about the basics in life. That's all it is. Nothing else. It's just about the basics in life. You achieve the basics in life, the basic cars, as long as it's decent, kept clean, runs well. You don't have to really technically buy another car. Especially, that's why you see a lot of people and folks with money, they have like Subarus, because Subarus are kind of like one of the best cars. It used to be a Toyota at a time, but now it's Subaru. Used to be actually Volvos at a time, and I think they still are valuable, so the Volvos and the Toyotas. But that's why you see people with decent basic cars like Acuras and stuff like that, because when you keep the maintenance up on a car and you keep it shining and you change the oil right away, make sure the tires are done right. That's all you need, especially if the car runs good. They have right now this Kia commercial uh, that I watch on a daily basis, and they promote this SUV, and it's like a little mini SUV, and it's just really super, man. And it's kind of like the functions and features that they put into this SUV is kind of like, no, it's a Hyundai. I'm sorry, it's a Hyundai. I apologize. It is a Hyundai. And it's like a little blue Hyundai. And it's something that I would never get or be attracted to. But let me tell you something. All the key features that they put into that little SUV, let me tell you. The self-charging, all that stuff, I don't see they promote or they somewhat have on a more expensive. Now, I could be wrong. They could have expensive stuff and those same features on there, but let me say this. When you have a basic functional car that's going to last you bumper to bumper for the next 6 and 7 years, almost 10 years, if we can really be there. Um, that's all you really need, guys. We need the basics in life. And also with the houses as well. Let's just say, for example, you have a large family, which is 3 kids and a wife, right? And a little puppy dog. And you were blessed to have maybe a 3 bedroom or a 4 bedroom, 3 bath, or even a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, or maybe a 2 bedroom sometimes. But let's be realistic. With 3 kids, it's always good to have 3 bedrooms at least and 2 baths. But with a functioning smaller house that works, and you have a living room, and you made this garage into a den, that's just one of the best things in the world. My father made the best with us 3 kids. We had a parents' room, my room, my brother's room. We had this living room that was a garage, and he made into we had a dining room, and then we had a garage made into a huge living room, and he expanded the small kitchen into a large kitchen. And it was way more than what we needed, guys. And he kept up the maintenance on it, and he was able to pay off the house, guys. By the time I was a teenage boy, by the time I was like 15, we paid off the house. Might have been longer, 13, and that was in the 80s. And the thing about it is that my father taught us a long time ago that if you do the basics in life, you keep up the maintenance around the house, you pay your taxes every year, and you pay your house insurance, which is very important, and you live below your means, you'll be fine, guys. It's not how much you make, is what you do with the money that you make to maintain on a daily basis. And it's really simple, guys. If you got money to spend, then you got a little money to invest. You don't have to over invest and try to keep up with the rich people and Joneses. No, you keep a little bit of money here, maybe less than 5% realistically for the next 20 years. May invest in stock with 2% until you get comfortable and learn, and may raise it up to 10% if you ever get raises, so you won't miss it. And there's just so many things, guys, that are the basics of life, that all you need. That's all you need in life, is the basics. So you just appreciate everything that you currently have, guys. All right? And listen, the grass is not always green on the other side, because listen, in order for you to maintain a lifestyle, let's say, for example, you get this expensive BMW that you always wanted, right? And you get that expensive house, that $1 million house that you always wanted. Well, the thing is that you got to make sure you be able to pay for the maintenance for that vehicle, and also keep up the uptake, keep cutting the yard. And if you stay in an HOA residential area, then you got to make sure that the grass is kept a certain length. You can't paint a house a certain way with those HOAs, and that's not good to live in a community like that, in my opinion. I really prefer to live in an independent community where I can paint the house the way I want to, live the way I want to, and just have a community that's going to come together and grow. Now, there are advantages of having an HOA, because the thing about that is that you don't have to worry about somebody letting their whole house and property go and devaluing your house. That's true. However, with the HOA, it just needs to be to a certain extent. You know what I mean? It don't need to be over governed and overruled. I think HOAs should only be for people who totally letting their house and property go down to a very bad degraded status. So, you know, there's good parts and every part, bad parts to HOA. Now, where my parents currently live, they bought this house and built it in 1987, okay, when I was a teenage boy. And let me tell you guys, my dad and mom, they put their money together to grow. My parents been together for almost 60 years of their life. And it wasn't that my dad had to have all of this money and all this stuff in order for her to come in and be with him. They grew together. They saw a vision together in the 60s and they grew together. Okay? That's how it's going to work. And I tell you guys all the time, if you have a female in your life that tells you you have to have all this stuff, this pre-stuff before she gets with you, walk away from her. You want a woman that's going to build with you. You want a woman that's going to grow with you, with the hard times as well as the good times. Okay? And that's just real talk right there. Okay? I know times have changed for the worst in my opinion. But you know, being a man who is in his early 50s, you know, growing up and just seeing life differently, guys. And you know, I got to tell you, when I was a little boy growing up in the 70s, all the way up to the early 80s as a little boy, all the 70s up to the early 80s, even to the mid 80s when I became a teenager, there was a lot of lessons that I had to learn in life and had to learn how to grow and function in life, guys. You know what I mean? And, you know, I just learned how communities really come together and thrive. Because really, if you got your shit together and you have a community that everybody is paying, has already paid for, and everybody's in the same agreement that this, we're going to keep this community functional, we're going to keep it growing, we're going to keep it just the way it is, and, excuse me, and we're going to keep it safe. We got police watch here. When you're going out of town, we're going to make sure that there's no crime here. Also, guys, you know, when you just want to make sure that with your city council and local alderman and alderwoman or whatever, council person, make sure that the streets are kept up every year or every other year or so forth, and the lights, street lights are done right, and all the maintenance is done right. That's all you need. Let me tell you guys something. I've seen some neighborhoods and some black neighborhoods. I know they always say the black neighborhoods are the hoods, but that's such bullshit. Okay? I live in an all black neighborhood, and it's a upper middle class neighborhood. But I'm gonna tell you something. There's a lot of black neighborhoods where you have lower to middle class functioning black people that keep their neighborhoods and houses so nice and clean, like you clean a car. They have their houses functioning well. There's no HOA, but there are functional neighborhoods, and they value their houses. Some of these houses were built in the 70s and 80s and 90s. You understand what I'm saying? But they keep their shit so functional and so well maintained that it's like, oh my God, these houses are very nice, and they're all brick. They're all brick from the 80s. That's right, all brick from the 80s and 70s. All brick. And they keep their neighborhood and their yard clean perfectly. So it's not a hood, it's a neighborhood. And none of the people are rich. A lot of the people are retired. Firemen, police, military, especially a lot of military. And, you know, there are people that call our houses and neighborhoods trying to take what is paid for here and what is kept and also what is need to be traditionally passed down. What they try to do is, because and there is some racism into it. You got these investors that call in here, and they try to take away what is paid for, and try to minimize, and the house is worth this much, but they're trying to give you 20% of what it's worth. You understand what I'm saying? And always trying to keep us as black people, as people never settle. Always got to pay rent, always got to pay this and that. And there's a name for that too as well. But we're not going to do that. Our stuff is paid for. We keep maintenance on the house. We pay our taxes each year. We pay our home insurance each year. And we keep this damn property going. And what we do is we teach our children that this property is legacy property. And let me tell you something, I don't care what race you are, black, white, or whatever. If you have a property, okay, I don't care how small the land is on it, it don't have to be a damn acre. Okay? It could be an eighth of an acre. It could be just something small and tidy, okay? I don't care what race you are. If it's a legacy property that's been passed down to you, and you keep the maintenance up good, and the neighborhood is clean, and the neighbors get along great, you got police, what they call it, outlook people that make sure the neighborhood is safe. You make sure the roads are kept clean and everything is properly maintained and it's quiet. And when you do have house parties, you have family and friends over that's respectable, that respect and keep the music at a certain way and cut it off at a certain time to respect other neighbors, then why the hell would you need to be somewhere else? Why would you want to be somewhere else trying to keep up with the Joneses when you have the property and nice features and functions that you have right there? Why would you want to do that? Because these people come here and try to gentrify and put into your head that, hey, you're too old for this property. You need to get you like a condo, which condos are ridiculous at this point because the damn Democrats and how they put the prices up, jack the prices up high. Hell, they got condos, little shitty ass condos that cost as much as a penthouse these days. Just ridiculous. And look, shout out to people who can afford or who own condos and apartments and stuff, okay? If you own it, then that's fine. But, you know, it's just overcost at this point, and young people cannot afford to, hell, even middle-aged people like myself can't even afford to rent these apartments. Hell, you might as well, it's actually way cheaper to rent a house these days, or Airbnb or something like that, than to do a damn apartment. You know, but the next president that come in, hopefully a Republican, will fix things back to where it used to be in 2017. But I digress on that. Get these damn Democrats out because I'm sick and tired of them. But anyway, appreciate what you guys have, okay, in life. Appreciate what you have. Don't let nobody gentrify anything from you. I don't care if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, whatever you are. Don't let people gentrify your neighborhood. And if you have a community of people that come together, I don't care if it's all black, mixed, interracial, predominantly white, make sure you keep your property and community close-knit, safe. Be with those, make sure you put your foot on the back of those damn politicians and make sure they do what they're supposed to do or vote their asses out. You gotta go because you're not doing what the community say. And you appreciate and keep pride of what you have, okay? And I know, guys, I got a little political and emotional, but that's how I feel, guys. If you have shit that's already maintained and great, don't try to especially, listen, especially guys, and I'm going to say something to you, especially for you guys who are older, your kids are out of the house, or you got grown adult teenagers or teenagers about to leave. Okay, save your money for them to grow. You know, whatever they want to do, they want to go to college or whatever, but just stay your ass right there. Don't sell yourself short, okay? It's nothing wrong with appreciating what you have in life. All right? And that's all I want to say to you guys. I know I got a lot of emotional right there and keep it going, but tomorrow's a better day, guys. And I'm just celebrating the day that God has given us to see another great and wonderful day. And I can't wait to do something tomorrow and surprise you tomorrow with new stuff. And also don't forget, Thursday is Love Thursdays. That's right, Love Thursdays. And we're going to make it even more interesting, all right? And this is all for you. So what I'm going to tell you to do now is go ahead. You may leave, go ahead and go, meditate on this, open that door up, make sure you close it back, don't let no flies and critters come in, and I'm going to see you guys on the next one. And remember, if you like the commentary that you hear, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting that like button, and also hitting that notification button. That way you'll know when new content will appear, okay? And also share with like-minded people like yourself. And remember, I'm not just Tim who's going to change stuff around for the better. But I am Tim's on demand. Oh my, yes sir and yes ma'am. So go ahead and let yourself out, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow. And for now, have a great afternoon, great evening, and a great good evening. All right, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.